And we're back again. That's right, folks. We're doing a double header today. Last night I went in early. Well, I shouldn't say last night, but early. I went in early. I was excited. Getting up to 100 subs and creeping up on my 10th report. That's probably not much to many of you, but to me, it's kind of a big deal. It's really cool. I've really been enjoying doing this. It's super duper fun. Um, Game two here, I'm playing Ian's Orcs and Goblins. We got Dawn Attack Scenario. That's the one with the random deployment. Vampire counts can really get screwed up by this, but it worked out for me here. Everything was in the center except for that one unit of bats. Ian had a really big unit of night goblins and a giant over on his one flank, and the rest was all in the center. So we're ready to mash it up here in game two. On to the lists. I'm using the same weird list I did in my last game against Damon's. Master Necro, Black Periap, 4-up Ward, Scroll Caddy, Little Vamp, we're running Laura Vamps, White King BSB, armored up on a Barded Steed with Night Shroud, White King with the Obsidian Amulet and other Trickster's Shard. Those two are both riding with the Blood Knights. 40 Ghouls, 2 units of Zombies, 4 Vargheists, 6 Crypt Horrors, 2 units of Fellbats, 2 Spirit Hosts, I think they're going to come in handy here, and a unit of 5 Blood Knights. Ian's running a level 3 Night Goblin Shaman. I don't know what he all had. Black Orc War Boss, same story. Night Goblin BSB with the Poison Banner. He's got a unit of 100 Night Goblin Bowmen there. 50 Night Goblins in the center. 2 Mangler Squigs, a unit of 20 Black Orcs full command. 2 units of Spider Riders, 2 Doom Divers, and a Giant. He doesn't have a lot of juicy points here. There's a lot of big units, and I'll have to do a lot of hard work. For spells, I roll up Invocation of Nehek, Vanel's Dance. I love getting that. I really hate to miss out on it. Raise Dead, which is always good, and this time Curse of Years. Relatively short range on Curse of Years, but if I can get that off on one of those big units he has, and he doesn't dispel it, hopefully it can grind him down. Ian's Night Goblin Shaman, level 3, knows Sneaky Stabbin', Gift of the Spider God. That's going to help out with those poison archers. And Gork'll Fix It, which should nullify my poison pretty darn good. That's making me reroll 6s to hit, to wound, and armor saves. I don't have much in the line of armor in my list, but that's really going to be a poison deterrent, as I have 40 ghouls and a unit of crypt horrors with poison. So turn one, I win the roll off for turn one, and I advance here. I'm not in a hurry to get up there. He's got those 2 manglers, which are bad news, and I'm just gonna kind of play the range game here and hopefully pick off some easy points. The Spirit Host moves up to hopefully uh, get rid of those manglers. I can walk into them and blow them up without taking any damage. Pretty cool. Winds of Magic is 6 to 5. I throw a couple dice at Raise Dead, and Ian fails to dispel it. So those zombies go right up there. And I also make some more zombies in my 2 units there with Ion. He failed to dispel, so I just kind of have a freebie, and I store 2 in my Black Periapt. On to Orcs and Goblins, turn 1. He declares no charges, but compulsory moves. He rolls those random movers, and the Mangler Squig, which is played this week by Armless Dreadnought, rolls 17 on his dice, and he goes through my Vargeist and my Blood Knight unit, coming just short of the woods here. Yeah, he does a lot of damage there. I left him a long distance, but he just rolled huge here. I mean, what a start to the game. Here's another pick of that Mangler going through my stuff there. And the damage it caused. The Vargeists are going to take, well, they take at least 6 wounds because I know I took 2 full models off. That's really going to hurt because that was kind of my right flank pressure there, and now that unit's depleted. And I lost 3 Blood Knights also. Got the Flag of Blood keep in there for a 4-up ward, but it just didn't work out. No, we didn't even play it that way. Yeah, because it's not shooting, it would be in the magic phase, but or movement phase, but I ended up losing 3 Blood Knights, which was kind of lucky for me. In the rest of Orc and Goblin movement, he moves his big Night Goblin things in the middle there. They get within range of those zombies, and the Fanatics come out. Fortunately for me, they don't move very far, but that's where they stand. And he moved his Spider Riders up to chaff up the right flank there. The giant unit of archers, 100 strong, reforms to start shooting. you can't see it really well, but on the very back of that Night Goblin bus in the middle, you can see a little bit of the Giant's base. He was kind of traffic jammed up there due to the random deployment per the scenario, so he's going to start scampering over toward the middle to help out. Magic is 10 to 5 with the Black Periapt. It's 10 to 7. He's running Little Wah, and remember, he's got the magic mushroom thing. He always throws a die and adds it to the total. If it's a 1, he may take a wound. The 6s, if he rolls it, doesn't contribute to irresistible force. It's a pretty good little trick. Um, he casts a 4 dice, Gork will fix it on these guys, nullifying their poison and kind of keeping them at bay. And he gets sneaky stabbing off on something else, and I don't really care because I just want to save my 2 dice, my Periapt for the next turn. Oh, there's a pick. Yeah, he rolled 1 dice for sneaky stabbing, and the red dice is the mushroom dice, and it's a 12 plus 3 is 15, and I'm not gonna worry about that. So I just, like I said, store those dice in my Periapt. On to shooting. Doom Diver number 1 takes aim at my Blood Knights, and I think this one misses. But the second one hits. It doesn't do a lot of hits, or I make my ward save from the Blood Keep. I only lose 1 more. Again, really, really lucky. These Doom Divers are dangerous stuff against that. I mean, all they got out there is their armor. They got the Flag of Blood Keep for a little protection, but that's really not that much. The 100 Night Goblins don't really have a good bead on anything within range. There's a couple guys that can shoot, but they have hard cover, so they don't do much, and that's shooting. This is a pick from last turn. I wanted to include it. Keep in mind that the Blood Knights, there's only 1 Blood Knight left and the 2 White Kings, but I start this turn off and I charge my Vargeist at the unit of Spider Riders directly in front of him. He holds there. Then I charge my unit of Blood Knights at the unit of Spider Riders right in front of that house. They flee. They flee through the zombies a little bit and over that wall. Then I'm going to declare a charge with my zombies on them, and they have to flee again. And the zombies roll extremely well in their pursuit and manage to catch the Spider Riders. So there you go, folks. A unit of homemade zombies grabbing a unit of Spider Riders. I don't know how many points that is, but it was 10 of them, and they can't be that cheap. Again, the unit of Spider Riders that was ran down by the zombies fled. I redirected my unit into these guys here, and they held to take it, so they're both in. You may remember from last turn the Fanatics all came out. Well, in my movement phase, that Spirit Host is within march range of my general, and I casually just kind of walk through all those Fanatics and that Mangler. I have enough movement to do it all, and I just kind of blow them all up. It's a nasty trick. Only Ethereal can pull it off because he's absorbing a lot of hits, which can't hurt him, but I just cleared that middle Fandangle out. Pretty good stuff. Rest of Vampire Count's movement. I shuffle the ghouls, the bats. They're out of march range, but they fly around that house out of Arc of the Archers. They can hopefully move up 10 inches a pop toward that Doom Diver if I'm still in it. The Cryptors move forward, and the zombies shamble forward as well. The Spirit Host that is by the fence there, that walked into the Mangler that was down there and killed that. The magic phase was pretty uneventful. I didn't roll very high. I had 2 from my Periapt. I basically make some more zombies here. And in combat, the only one there is, the Vargeist and Blood Knights up there with White King, they demolish those Spider Riders. There's 1 left. He breaks, and we have to pursue because we're both frenzied. Orcs and Goblins, that giant is amazed at seeing those zombies run down those Spider Riders, and he comes over to see how they taste. Then he charges these Night Goblins into the Spirit Host. That's a pretty safe place for him. He's got ranks and a banner and all that business. Should blow that up. I moved my Cryptors up there because I figured that he would charge that and then either overrun or stand there, so I could get in there and start grinding those guys down. It's a pretty safe place for him. He can't shoot at me. He's quite a ways away from getting any help there with the Black Orcs. Rest of movement, he just kind of, either he stays put or he just kind of moves things up a eensy beensy bit. He's got that kill zone there set up with the archers and the black orcs, so that's not a very safe place for much stuff to go. Um, that's about it for that. Magic phase is 5 to 6 after the black periapt. I had 2 stored in there from a turn prior. He gets gifts of the spider god off on the archers. They're super poisoned up, and I think I failed to dispel it. Shooting phase, you can see where my guys overran after killing that last of the spider riders. Doomdiver takes aim and kills my last blood knight, and the other one I think misfires and can't shoot this turn, and maybe next. The archers let loose fairly ridiculous. Nope, he didn't move them because he's going to volley fire. Let loose a ridiculous amount of shots at the crypt horrors and gets a lot of poison, and they have 5-up regen, but they lose. I mean, I take 7 wounds there from that. Ouch. Fortunately, they come back pretty quick. Combat here, we had a discussion if nets worked on ethereals, and I think I said why not. So the spirit host gets the nets thrown on him, -1 strength. I actually end up doing 2 wounds to this unit here, which is gonna sting me in the end because after combat res and everything, I take 3 wounds. So crummy. The giant rolls up squash, and I don't know what that does, but he rolls some dice, and between the charge and the flank and the combat res, the zombies explode or are squooshed, and the giant snacks on them. Top of vampire counts turn 3. The Vargeists are skirmishers and fly, so they can always march too because they're vampiric. So they hop over there to get a beat on that Doomdiver. The 2 Blood Knights, which are a unit now, or not Blood Knights, White Kings rather, form a unit of their own and reform to face the giant. And that scene. I can't get my Crypt Horrors in, so they're just kind of stuck there watching. That really sucks that Spirit Host didn't die last turn. The ghouls are in kind of a nasty predicament. They don't stand much. They could charge into that giant unit of Night Goblins, and I have a bunch of attacks with poison, but he also has a bunch of attacks with poison. That's not good for me. I can get shot up by him, and moving into that kill zone too gets him into the danger zone of those black orcs. I thought about charging him into the flank of those Night Goblins. Well, this turn it would have actually been a frontal charge, but it's just, there's really nothing for him to do there, and it's just 400 points of nothing sitting there. My last video I said I didn't like ghouls, and I don't like these guys. Magic after Black Periapt and Channels is 11 to 5, so I got a big advantage here. I cast Vanel's Dance Macabre, and that gets off, given everything rerolls in there of those ghouls, just in case it's a preventive measure. I heal up a wound on a Crypt Horror with that. Then I think he uses, I don't know, I don't get much off for spells here. I made some more zombies in the last turn, and I had a big phase here, but I know that those Crypt Horrors aren't filled up, so I didn't get off my invocation from my Master Necro, because that would have filled them back up. So I think I try casting Cursed of Years here, and he throws a bunch of dice and dispels it. Either way, just a bad magic phase. Big dice advantage, and not much happens. Another look at those zombies there. For combat, the Night Goblins combat res out that Spirit Host, and that thing dies. On to Orc and Goblin 3. Orcs and Goblins turn 3. He charges those black orcs into the zombies. The Crypt Horrors are depleted, so he thinks that's a good place to slam this Night Goblin unit into. Again, that they are a little bit depleted there. There's not a lot of attacks, and he should be steadfast with that Black Orc War Boss for a long time at Leadership 10. The magic phase here I think is pretty ineffectual. I don't have any notes or photos from anything remarkable that happened, so I don't think much happened there. Sorry about that. We go to combat here. The Crypt Horrors are, they get the nets on them. They're -1 strength. This is what it looks like after. I kill about 6 or so. Between his ranks and other stuff, it's, yeah, he actually sneaks a wound in there too, but steadfast, hanging on, blah, blah, blah. The Black Orcs completely destroy the zombies over there too, and they just kind of stay put. Note, shooting phase. I know this is out of turn, but the only shooting he has, the Doom Diver, one of them misses, and the other one was disabled. So again, just wiping my brow. These things are super dangerous, and they're just having terrible luck. So vampire counts turn 4. Um, I charge those ghouls into the black orcs. I'm thinking, hey, I got like a kabillion poison attacks. I should, do something good here. I know they have high strength, but I think he'll use extra weapons. So, yeah, I don't know. I got to do something with them. So that's what they're doing. The Fellbats get off a pretty long charge on this Doom Diver. It hasn't been doing much the entire game, but still, hopefully I can destroy it or keep it from shooting. And over on my right flank, the Vargeists make it easily into that other Doom Diver, and my Black Knight unit makes it into that Giant. I'm hoping to destroy that War Machine and get my Vargeists in here on the 2-for-1 combo so we can all fight that Giant and hopefully kill him. I got poison and I want rerolls, so I throw 4 dice at a boosted Van Hels's Dance Macabre. That goes off irresistibly, and I roll a miscast 7, which is each caster takes a strength 6 hit, so each of my guys takes a wound from that miscast. Kind of bad news, but the good news is I got poison and rerolls. Ha ha ha. Here's an aerial shot. Everything's pretty much in combat here. Excuse me, except for that big unit of archers. Both Doom Divers are in combat, the Giants in combat, Black Orcs and Ghouls. I used Van Hels's Dance Macabre to move those zombies up. My general's unit there, you can see those are just trains of zombies. I even have dice behind them, negate or denoting more and more zombies. I think I got like 17 or something. There are 20 more zombies on each end of those tails. It's nuts. There, of course, is no shooting, so we go right into combat. The Vargeists totally destroy that Doom Diver crew. That they weren't much of a contest, and I overrun what my plan was to get in here and get the 2-for-1 on that giant. And I just with Swift Stride I roll like a 4 or 5, way short, way short. So those Black Knights or White Kings rather could be in for a world of hurt. In the combat with the Fellbats and the Doom Diver crew, we play patty cake. Bats aren't that good at fighting, and neither are the crew of that, but yeah. Then the White Kings are trying to fight this giant. They, still charge. They got strength 6 lances. They roll up a whole bunch of hits. Hopefully we can take them out. And those are our 2 wound rolls. I got 5 out of 6 hits there, and yep, just really didn't do that good. The giant yells and balls back, so I just automatically lose combat by 2. I have a BSB there, so I crumble 1 less, so I take 1 wound from crumble. So I got initiative on these black orcs here, kind of pumped about that. I roll up 32 dice with getting rerolls from Van Hels's Dance Macabre. Um, I don't roll that great, but I do get 14 wounds through. A total of 14 wounds through. That's not bad. He's got 4 up armor. I'm only strength 3, and he makes 10 of them. So I kill 4 black orcs, and then he swings back with a whole bunch of stuff. He's hitting on 3s, wounding on 3s. After crumble, I lose that combat, and I lost a whole rank there. Not good. Not good. You can also see the Cryptors there in combat with the Night Goblins. I think maybe the Night Goblins netted themselves this turn, or maybe next turn, I don't know. But I got an invocation off there and filled the Cryptors back up. Um, they're not doing too hot, though, just kind of grinding away. So Ian's had enough of pew-pewing with that unit. It's a huge unit. He's in horde formation. He charges the flank of those ghouls. A very inopportune event happened here, and my battery in my camera got really, really low. So I'm going to miss a couple of pictures here. Hopefully I can sum it up the best I can. On the magic phase, Ian has a decent one. I think he only manages to get off Gorkle Fix It on the Cryptors, negating their poison. Again, I talked about that spell earlier. It's kind of a pain in the butt. I think he's got this combat under control. Patty Cake is played with the Doom Diver and the Bats. The Crypt Ghouls here kind of really roll crappy, and they're going to poof from combat here. They completely disappear, and the Cryptors do work as well. Here's a pick of Cryptor work. We're grinding them down pretty good. There's still a couple there. I think it's going to be another turn or two before they're not steadfast. So I still got my work cut out for me there. This pick's a bit confusing even to me. There's wound markers there on those White Kings. I think I might have missed a combat phase with the Giant, or missed it in my little recap while my camera was charging, because he did do thump with club or swing something, and the Giant rolled really poorly to wound, and I made really good armor saves. I was still getting a 4 up. They both have 1 up armor saves after strength 6 stuff. But they ended up killing the Vargeist, and the Black Knights ended up killing the Giant. So continuing the everything in combat deal, the Spirit Host is going to charge the flank of these guys here. I know he's going to be steadfast on really good leadership, but it's worth a shot. And I also charge my zombie bus with level 1 Necro into the big Night Goblins there. I don't know why. Why not? They might get Van Hells or something and re-roll, but there's a ton of goblins there. I'm hoping I out steadfast him, but he's still in Horde with poison and can do a lot of attacks. It was just a bad idea overall. My magic phase, I get Van El's Dance off, and I think I maybe make some more zombies or something. I do manage to get Curse of Years off on that big giant Night Goblin unit, and I'm rolling like 100 dice. That was really fun. I think I only killed 14, but that was a blast. Again, no shooting, so we're in combat here. The patty cake continues up here. Just two really crappy things fighting each other. The Black Orcs win combat via combat res on the Spirit Host. They don't kill it, but they reform to face it. The zombie other thing goes, I end up losing like 20 zombies or something after crumble, and I kill 1 or 2 guys. And the Cryptors continue to grind in the middle with the Night Goblins. It seems they always have. It's funny because the Cryptors always have like Van Hels's Dance Macabre and Gork'll Fix It. So it's really goofy there. My poison's not really working, but I'm still getting rerolls, and it's just a slow grind. Here's another photo. Everything's, in combat. My Vargeist up top and 2 Black Knights are kind of lurking. Patty Cake still happens. Curse of Years happens in the magic phase and kills a bunch more goblins, even though I only got to roll 86 more dice. But everything's in combat here. He gets some magic stuff and does like Oracle Fix It on the Cryptors again, or it's kind of just goofy. We're all mashed up here, and it's just a big meat grinder. Here you can see the casualties from Curse of Years. Really took that Night Goblin. I did like 34 wounds to it this time around. It was insane. I rolled like 86 dice, I think, and I did like 34 wounds to him. It was unconscious dice rolling. Other combats, the Black Orcs finally combat res the Spirit Host to death. Up top, the Goblin crew has just had enough of Fellbat shenanigans and just, pokes at him with a stick or hits him with a broom or something, and they die. It's been a pretty long game. This is the end of 5. After gaming, we always go out and get beer and chicken, so we kind of got a hankering for that. It's getting late. We call it here. We add it up, and it's a minor victory for Ian. He did a really good job just using restraint on his units, shooting. That Mangler Squig at the beginning just really messed up my stuff. I mean, I could have done so much more damage with those units, but they were depleted, and yeah, that's how it goes sometimes, though. It was a really awesome game. Yeah, just a little post photo deal there. There's dead crap laying everywhere. Yeah, awesome game, like I said. this list is not a competitive list I would ever consider taking to a tournament. I can't stand ghouls. They're really no good. The Blood Knights seemed like such a cool thing with the White Kings in there, Leadership 9, Night Shroud, other Tricksters, Shard, and in the two games I played them, they just didn't really do much. Um, that's it for this week. Thanks again to everybody. 100 subs, that's super cool. Got my 10th video in the books. Hope to bring you many more. Hopefully the quality can get more good and things like that with comments and suggestions from you guys. That's a wrap for this week. We'll see you next week.